Hi there. I'm Dr. Shiroko Sokitch, owner of Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible, 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And I'm sorry, I'm late again. I scheduled to be here at noon and I'm a little bit late. But today I want to talk to you about monitoring your own blood sugar. And actually, I'm calling it breakfast experiments because I've been experimenting with breakfast and trying to find the right breakfast for myself for quite a while. And I thought it would be fun for you to see what my adventures in breakfast are. A few weeks ago, I decided to follow. So there's all these different philosophies on what you should eat and how you should eat, and I really truly believe that how you should eat really is a matter of what's right for your body, and everybody's body is different. And so and I'm a person who's always experimented with my own health, but plus I've got many years of working with patients and figuring out what diet is right for them. In chapter 4 of my book, it's listening to your body and learning how to tune into your body. That's so important. And so all of these devices that we have access to that help us monitor various elements of our bodies are actually quite useful. Like you can, if you wear one of these smart watches, you can actually monitor your blood sugar or your heart rate, and you can monitor your breathing, and you can monitor your activity and all of that stuff. But a whole nother level of that is monitoring your blood sugar. And personally, for me, when I first started thinking about monitoring my blood sugar, doing a finger stick was just not fun. I don't like poking a needle into my own finger and drawing blood. And so when I learned about these devices where it's called a continuous glucose monitoring system. And when I learned about that, I got really excited because, wow, you can just follow what your blood sugar is throughout the day and keep track. So I have on me, I'm going to show you my arm right here, this device, which is called a Freestyle Libre. And it has a tiny, tiny little needle in it, kind of as thin as an acupuncture needle, actually. And then I have an app on my phone that it's called Freestyle Libre. And it actually, see if you can see it there, that's my blood sugar over the last I think 24 hours. And you can see it's going up and down. And you can keep a logbook. I'm going to show you a better day than today. So like here, this is my blood sugar all day yesterday. And I've been, so what I do is what's really cool is that you can just check your glucose any time of day. And so there's this little thing, and then you just touch it with your phone, and then it gives you a reading. And so right now my blood sugar is 84, and I'm not sure you can see that, but right now my blood sugar is 84. And it's very simple. You need a prescription, however, so you would have to get to your doctor and get a prescription and see what like, and then install it yourself. Now, if you have blood sugar issues, or if you don't have blood sugar issues that you know of, this is a worthwhile activity to check your own blood sugar and to monitor it, because blood sugar is vitally important to our health and well-being, and you don't want to be pre-diabetic, and everybody has a different response, and there's all different kinds of foods. So I'm actually in late September, I'm going to probably host a blood sugar challenge. So, and if you're a client of mine, you can just ask me and I'll write you a prescription for one of these devices that you can get at your local pharmacy. So it's called Freestyle Libre, and you can just read your blood sugar on your phone. There's also one where, like, if you're not familiar with using your phone, they actually have a device that you can, instead of your phone, where you could just measure your blood sugar with that device. I prefer using my phone because with my phone I can type in what foods I've eaten and kind of keep track of my activity and my foods. So I'll just give you an example. Like this morning, so I've been doing this experiment with eating fruit because there is a philosophy about not having fat, like that the liver doesn't like fat. And so it's being talked about a lot, and a lot of people are doing juicing in the mornings, like celery juice in the mornings, and a lot of people are eating a lot of fruit in the mornings. And so I wanted to just try it and see what that felt like. So actually, for the last month, I have been eating fruit before noon, only fruit, no sugar or no fat. And my previous breakfast was eating no carbs, but like nut butters and sometimes sugar-free chocolate, I have to confess. But so I've done experiments with all of these different kinds of foods for breakfast. So like this morning, I had bananas. I had 2 bananas and half a watermelon for breakfast. And my blood sugar went up to 130, which isn't too high. About a week ago, I decided to eat a mango because I had bought a mango, and that made my blood sugar go up to 172. So different kinds of fruits will even affect you in a different way. Like one morning, I just had berries and some watermelon, and the berries only made my blood sugar go up to 100, 120. Now, a healthy range of blood sugar is between 80 and 140. So when you go up to 140, when after a meal, that's okay, as long as it doesn't keep going higher and that it comes back down. So what I found when I did the fruit experiment is that it would go up and then it would come back down, and then throughout the day, because in the after at lunchtime and at dinner, I would eat less my normal low carb, sort of higher fat foods, like vegetables and protein, or um, a bowl of soup with vegetables and protein. So basically, I'd keep it at the same kind of foods that I normally eat, which is for me fruit or vegetables and protein, lots of veggies. Now, different people have different experiences. So another day, I did eggs and potatoes, and I think I had some sausage. So kind of a standard American breakfast, right? And my blood sugar didn't go up too high. I think it only went to about 110, and it kind of stayed there for a little while, and then it came back down. But then what I noticed is that it didn't come down as much. And what I do when I'm doing this experiment is I usually take my blood sugar right when I eat. And again, it's this simple. All you do is just uh, turn on this device, which is the Freestyle Libra app, and then you. Oh, my phone's ringing, so ignore that. And then you go like this, and then it tells you your blood sugar 83. So, and you can retest it and retest it. So like as soon as I eat, I write down what the food is on my phone. There's a little add note, so I type in what food it is. There is a thing that says food, but it only asks you to say how many carbs, which is not what I want to do. um, and then and then and then you can check it an hour later, and you can check it 2 hours later, and you can kind of see, it's natural for your blood sugar to go up after you eat, and then it's natural for it to come down and for it to stay at a certain stable level. And what is that stable level? If when you wake up, if you measure your blood sugar when you wake up, by the way, this device is good for 2 weeks, so 14 days, which is great. So you don't have to poke your finger for like 14 days. Um, So when you measure your blood sugar when you first get up, you want it to be under 90, if possible. So like if it's high when you wake up in the morning, that's a sign that your blood sugar is too high, and you want to kind of figure out ways to get that to go down. Now, there's a lot of information about different ways to manage your blood sugar, but for me, what I feel like is it's really valuable to learn what your body responds to and how it responds to those things. So one morning, I ate these gluten-free, sugar-free cookies that are by Urban Remedy, which are actually quite delicious. There's no grains in them. There's nuts and seeds and a little tiny, tiny bit of chocolate chips, but no sugar. I can't remember what the sweetener is, but my blood sugar didn't go up over 100. It stayed under 100 with that, and it stayed stable all morning. I ate it with almond butter, so it was a decent amount of fat. And again, different philosophies, different kinds of diets that are all different reasons or ways that your body can do well, and it's so hard to choose. So listening to your body by checking your own blood sugar periodically will really help you figure out what's right for you. And like I said, I'm going to revisit this idea because I think it's a very valuable way to tune in and a valuable way to find out what your body actually likes. So I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see if you have any questions. So let me just look here, see if there are questions. No comments. Okay, well, great. Well, thank you for all being here. And I'm just going to tell you again, I'm going to do this again, and actually I'm going to do a blood sugar challenge. So if you're interested, just let me know, ping me in the private messages or leave me a message here on this video, and I will invite you to join me on this challenge so that we can figure out what's healthy for your body. Oh, one more thing. I just wanted to talk about fasting and intermittent fasting. So I have also experimented with intermittent fasting over months and found that if I do better if I stop eating early in the evening. So let's say my last meal of the day is at 5 p.m. and then my first meal in the morning is not like exactly when I get up, but within a couple of hours of getting up. So not waiting so long at the beginning of the day. And this might be a way where, and might be just, I don't know if it's women. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you joined, and thank you for your comment. So yes, I'm so happy to have people join and watch this. But anyway, so intermittent fasting, you can also check your blood sugar at different times and see, like what's a better time for you and how do you wake up in the morning, and what is your blood sugar first thing in the morning when you wake up, and then when you eat breakfast, what happens to your blood sugar. There's so many things to learn about ourselves, and maybe you don't want to be as obsessive as I am, which is okay. You don't have to, but it is helpful to understand your own body and what you respond to. So I hope you enjoyed this, and hi Barbara, thank you for joining. It's so nice. And I'm so grateful to have you all here, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll be revisiting the blood sugar conversation again soon. Okay, have a wonderful day. Take care.